The following program has been rated PG-13.
What's up, family? Welcome to another episode of the Israel Wake Up Call. I'm your brother, Mike Maliss. And family, we're doing this episode right now because so many of you have reached out to me in regards to the Kwame Brown phenomenon that's pretty much sweeping this nation. Now, I'm going to make this very clear. Number one, I did not know who Kwame Brown was until last week when I saw one of his posts on YouTube, which I found beyond entertaining, okay? But I don't know this brother. I don't know him. The only thing that I know about him are the things that he said in his videos, and that's it. That's it. So when I speak about this brother, it's not from a personal standpoint. It's from the things that he has said that he has made public on his platform. And that's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Now, so many of you have asked me the question as to whether or not if all of this is real. You know, is this crafty counsel? And let me tell you something. I have absolutely no idea. I can't answer that question. I don't know. I have no idea. Now, I have my own thoughts on the matter, which is what I'm going to share with you guys here today. But other than that, I don't know if this is real or not. I don't know if this is something that was staged by Esau. I don't know. But I will say this, though. I will say this. Number one, if all of this is real, if it's not conspiratorial, if it's not something that was produced by Esau, then that brother has the right to speak his mind and say the things that he wants to say on his platform. The brother has the right to say whatever he wants to anyone, quite frankly. And if this is the way that this brother is going to deal with this here, as he's dealing with these other men, so be it. But let me tell you what I feel about this, quite frankly. Listen to me. What you are being entertained by, not educated, but entertained by, are a bunch of millionaires being upset with each other on national television. That's what it is. That's the bottom line to it, okay? Those are millionaires' problems that I don't relate. And that's just speaking real. That's it. But here's the issue that I'm having with our people. This has nothing to do with Kwame Brown. This has to do with our people. Our people are very, very fickle. Our people have the propensity to run into things that are shiny. And that's a problem. That's a very, very big problem. And just with the course of some of the things that this brother has said, it does not line up with scripture. And it is indeed very, very worldly. All right. So if that brother wants to go and chew out Stephen A. Smith and, as he says, Becky with the good hair, Matt Barnes and all them, that's that brother's prerogative to do. It 100% most certainly is. But what's happening with a lot of our people is that now they are beginning to follow that brother and his ways. Now, that's a problem. And I'm not speaking from a personal standpoint. I'm speaking in regards to the scriptures. So what we are going to do here, we are going to take this whole scenario and line it up with the scriptures. Now, first and foremost, Kwame Brown has mentioned on several occasions sodomy. Okay, not that he partakes in it. No, I'm not saying that, but he referenced a first cousin of his, that's involved in that lifestyle. Now, Kwame Brown has also mentioned the Most High on many occasions as well. He said God. He didn't use the term the Most High, but he said God. Now, as you and I know, those of us in this truth, there cannot be 1 foot in and 1 foot out. Okay, the Most High does not play that. The Most High does not get down like that. According to the scriptures, the Most High does not accept sodomy, and we know that. So in regards to Kwame Brown, when he makes those statements or whatnot, he cannot have 1 foot in and 1 foot out in regards to the scriptures. All right. I don't give a damn about anyone's opinion. I go directly by these scriptures and what these scriptures say. All right. So right there, that's of the world. That's of the world. On the next front, Kwame Brown, he's made it very known that he likes to hookah smoke. Okay. According to the scriptures, that's defiling your temple. You can't do that. You cannot do that. It's against the Most High. And it is punishable by death. And so is the sin of sodomy. So now what our people have the tendency to do, like I mentioned earlier, if it's shiny, they run towards it. If it looks good, if it sounds good, then that's what they go after. You can't do that. You see, just because you have a power cable does not mean that it fits everybody's power source. But our people love doing that, though. They'll run to it. Oh, yeah, I like the way this sounds. Now, make no mistake about it. That brother is hilarious. That brother is very entertaining. But then again, what Israelite isn't? Seriously. Now, the Most High will definitely do things. And I'm going to be 100% real right now. Now that Kwame Brown has all of this publicity, he has the listening ear of everybody right now. What is he going to do with that? It doesn't matter about these individuals, these millionaires, arguing on social media, on national television. That's nothing. And it isn't. I'm not taking away Kwame Brown feels about what Stephen A. Smith done to him, as far as him traveling to the colleges and everything and bashing his brother and defaming his name for the past 20 years, because as you can tell, that bothered that brother. And he definitely has the right to do whatever he wants to in regards to that. But here's my thing on this newfound popularity. Now that he has this platform and he has the ear of every person, why do you think the Most High did that? You see, because the Most High will give you things and say, like, you know what? Let me give this here to you. Let me see what you do with it. Let me see if you are going to honor me. So while Kwame Brown has this platform, is he going to educate our people that we are the Israelites? Is he going to teach our people, first of all, for him to learn the commandments, keep the commandments, then teach the commandments? Because that's the order that it goes in. Is he going to do that? Because right now, according to the scriptures and the things that he has shown us so far, he's not walking in the way of the Most High at all. And he's not. No fringes, nothing at all. And that's okay, because the brother may not know who he is yet. So remember, this is not a knockdown on this man. Now, first, the brother knows that he is a king. He knows that he's a king. All right, so that's a step in the right direction. All right, there's many accolades of this brother that I can come out and say about him. First and foremost, the fact that he wants to encourage our people to be the best that they are. That's wonderful. That's a wonderful thing. Also, in regards to the youth centers that he wants to help build and create, and working with East Bay and working with all of these different organizations to put our people in better positions. Yes, 100%. I love and respect that brother for that. 100%. That's a wonderful, wonderful thing. But that's not the answer to our problems, though. And it isn't. I love what that brother is doing. But the question that I have, is that for all people, or is it just for our people? Because as we already know, Esau don't give a damn about us at all in any way, shape, form, or fashion. And quite frankly, that's one of his arguments when he mentioned that these coons with Stephen A. Smith and Matt Barnes and all of them or whatever, that they lean more towards the side of Esau and taking care of their people, but with Kwame Brown, I don't know. I don't know that answer. So I can't even really speak on that. But hopefully that's for our people. But the main thing here is now that he has this platform, he has this attention, will this brother teach our people who they are? And that's the bottom line to it. That's the finality of the whole situation. Will he take the opportunity that the Most High gave him and really teach our people and really tell them who they are? Because I tell you right now, the moment that he mentions that we are the Israelites, in the moment that he tells our people that we must keep the commandments of the Most High God, that following is going to diminish. It's going to dissolve like a crumb cake right out of the oven. Because our people are not trying to hear that. Our people, they love all of this is going on right now. They love the gossip. They love the banter back and forth. They love seeing these two Israelite men. And I'm talking about Kwame Brown and Stephen A. Smith. They love seeing them go back and forth with each other because niggas love seeing other niggas argue. And that's the bottom line. And it's true. And you know I'm not lying. You know I'm not lying. So evidently, even with King Kwame, like I said, I'm the brother, he knows he's the king. Even with that, he's still not doing something that's positive for our people. You know, because they could have handled that behind cameras man to man. But I understand why he did it. He said, well, if Stephen A. Smith did it on camera, then hell, I'm going to go ahead and do it on camera too. And there's nothing wrong with what the brother did. There's nothing wrong. They made it public. All right. So there's no law or anything like that against it. But at some point, them brothers need to come together. They need to come together and settle their differences like men. And I'm not questioning either one of their manhood. But in the end, when it comes to these scriptures, the brothers are all about solidarity, are coming together. And for those who are not going to come together, there's two categories. The 2/3 that the Most High is going to destroy the Israelites and the 1/3. That's it. There's no in between. There's no gray. So hopefully those brothers can resolve their differences and take all this stuff off of television, because all Esau is doing, they're loving every bit of this, with Kwame Brown calling them a bitch and all that, and all of the derogatory names, and Stephen A. Smith going around to the colleges and calling him out. And Stephen A. Smith's response, if those of you have seen it, that was truly embarrassing. It really, really was. It was embarrassing. If you're not familiar, he took all of the clips of Kwame Brown's, let's say, screw-ups while he was on the court and put them all together. And he just continuing to defame this brother and show the side of his weaknesses, when, quite frankly, that weakness is right here. It's here. Because those brothers are not on an even playing field. And they should be, because they're brothers. Regardless of the fact if one clowned him because of his bloopers or whatnot in the NBA, or if the other one is calling him a bitch or whatever, guess what? That's still black on black crime. That's still hate towards each other. And that's what nobody is coming out and talking about. That's hatred towards each other. And for those of us with the spiritual eye, and we're able to see these things, we're like, yo, that needs to be squashed. That needs to be done away with. You two grown men, put your differences to the side and start to see the similarities. Even though the two of your lifestyles may be absolutely nothing alike, because there's no two men that have the same lifestyles, no matter how similar it is. One person goes into their home, the other one goes into their home, and it's an entirely two different stories. And that is okay. That is okay. But the bickering back and forth and all that stuff needs to stop. But to get back to the point here, the point is now, again, with Kwame Brown and his newfound popularity, is he going to do what the Most High has designed this brother to do? And that's to teach the commandments. It's to be a priest in Israel. And the Most High made that brother staturous. And the Most High gave that brother a charisma, as you can clearly see. Clearly see. The brother is very charismatic. But in the end, is he going to use the platform as to why the Most High gave it to him? Is the brother going to start to learn and live and teach the commandments? And I truly hope so. I truly, truly do. I really do. Because that is such a wonderful thing right now, to have the ear of the entire nation. And with so many of our people watching and listening, is he going to do what the Most High created him to do? To show what a real man is all about. Because they mention that back and forth, as far as being a man and all these different things. So for one, what I'm going to do, y'all already know I'm never going to leave scripture out. Let me show y'all, in regards to the scriptures, what the Father said. What the Father said is all about being a man. Watch this. I want y'all to go right now. Please open your Bibles to the 1611 King James Version Bible with the Apocrypha. And I want you to go to 1 Kings chapter 2. 1 Kings chapter 2. Now let's see what the Father, the God of Israel, said what it takes to be a man. Let's see. Now the days of David drew nigh, that he should die. And he charged Solomon his son, saying, I go thy way of all the earth. Be thou strong, therefore, and shew thyself a man. So he said, yo, listen, son, I've been all over this planet. I've been all over the place. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you how to be a man. Now let's see what King David told his son, Solomon, what it takes to be a man. Verse 3, and keep the charge of the Lord thy God, to walk in his ways, to keep his statutes, and keep his commandments and his judgments and his testimonies, as it is written in the law of Moses, that thou mayest prosper in all that thou doest, and whithersoever thou turnest thyself. Boom! That is what the scriptures say about being a man. That is what it takes to be a man. And as we know, there are so many males on the planet right now within Israel. There's so many males, but there's not a lot of men. Those of us who are about the Most High's business, those of us that don't care about showing our faces on camera, that don't hide behind a microphone to look at each and every last one of you and tell you what you are supposed to do in regards to the scriptures. So that's why I do what I do every Friday night. And I speak to our people and I let our people know, keep the commandments. I look at our kings and our princes and let them know, you brothers are to teach what the Most High said that we have to teach. Which are these scriptures? The Bible is our history book. This is what makes you a man. Right here. That is it. And that's the bottom line to it. There's nothing else. It's the commandments. And when you keep the commandments, it governs everything in your life. It tells you everything that you have to do. There's no failure when it comes to keeping the commandments. There's no failure when a brother is in his royal fashion and he walks outside and the rest of the nations and also Israel, and they see the brother following the commandments, first of all, being in his fringes. And somebody can come up to him and say, okay, you know what? I heard about this. What is that? And then our brothers can sit there and break down to him what it means. They go to Numbers chapter 15:38, where it says that we have to wear our fringes throughout our generations. And now that king just ignited the flame of another king, or a prince for that matter, or a queen or a princess. You see, that's the type of energy that needs to be going through our communities so that we can be restored back to our royalty. That is what it takes. Because at any given moment, as all of these millionaires are on television right now, arguing, bickering with each other back and forth, that dollar value can depreciate like that. And now the niggas have nothing. That money is not where it's at. The real treasure, the real gold, the finest is in keeping the commandments. That is where the real currency of the Most High lives, in these commandments. There's no diamonds, no jewels, no pearls, no monetary value on that whatsoever. And I like the fact that Kwame Brown respects and reveres his mother. And he has a little tagline, right now with the mama's cooking thing and everything like that. But that bothers me. And the reason why it does, first of all, let me say this. That is not taking a shot at Kwame Brown and the love for his mother. Brother, that is awesome that you do that. Okay? To revere your mother. There's nothing wrong with that. All right? That is a true story of Rebecca and Jacob. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But as much as I love my mother, as much as I love, respect, and adore my mother, may her soul continue to rest with the Most High. As much as I do, I will never, ever, ever take the focus away from the Father and give him that respect and that praise and that reverence All praises to the Father. All praises to the Most High. I don't like that. But that's his thing. That's his tagline. But that bothers me. It bothers my spirit. And again, that's his thing. That's his business. That's what he wants to do. But it just comes across as being very disrespectful, especially when he mentions the Most High. But then again, remember, the brother, he is not in the truth yet. And I really, truly, truly hope that this brother does. And again, I'm saying this brother respects and reveres his mom, and that's great. But the glory is to go to the Father. All praise, all glory goes to the Father. Remember what Christ said? He said, why do you call me good? There's not only one that's good, and that's the Father. You see, all that blessing and everything that the Most High gave Kwame Brown, King Kwame Brown, let me get that right, King Kwame Brown, all of that came from the Father, because the Father is the one that gives that to you. Remember what he said? He said, I make you rich, or I'll make you poor. That's where that glory belongs. And when everything is all said and done, Kwame Brown's mother sounded like a very strong woman that taught that man not how to be a man, because there's no way that a woman can teach a man how to be a man. But she gave the brother sense. And that's a wonderful thing. So my respect goes out to his mother. My respect goes out to every last one of you single mothers out there that raised these young men in the best way that you possibly could, because I was in that situation as well. My mother raised 3 boys in Brooklyn all by her damn self. So I understand where Kwame Brown is coming from. I get it. I understand it, brother. But all praise and glory goes to the Father, goes to the Most High. That's where that belongs. So I wanted to make sure that I reiterated that and I gave the understanding behind it, because that was no ill shot or anything like that at Kwame Brown in any way, shape, form, or fashion. But one, I respect this brother, and I see the potential in this brother as to what he would be able to do. So now when it comes down to that bottom line, when it comes down to the finality, when it comes down to the brass tacks, when it comes from up in the air down to the ground, what is Kwame Brown really going to do with his newfound popularity? This brother has everybody's ears. What is he going to do with it? 1/3 versus 2/3. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? What side does he stand on? And that is what you guys need to be paying attention to versus running towards something. Let me explain something to you right now. First of all, let me ask you a question. Would you follow a man to safety if he doesn't know where he's going? And I seriously ask you that question. Would you follow a man to safety if he doesn't know where he's going? You're better off on your own. I'm telling you. But just because it looks good, just because it sounds good, doesn't mean that it is good. And again, I am not basing that on knowing this man personally, because I don't. I'm just basing it on the things that he has said in his shoot interviews, is what I call them. In his shoot interviews. That's it. And as the Most High said, you are not to put yourself in a position to where you are following someone that is not in the truth. And that's the bottom line to it. And if anyone decides to have an attitude about that, then nigga, you just have an attitude. Bottom line. You know, all of this stuff back and forth between Kwame Brown and Stephen A. Smith and all the rest of them, that's going to get old. People are going to start tuning out. Just like anything else with our people, you know, we're fickle. Once the next boom happens, that's where everybody's going to. So this is nothing more than an opportunity for Kwame Brown to prove that he's either with the Most High or if he's with the world. And that is the bottom line to this entire situation. And that is what we all have to watch and look for. What's going to become of it? Is he with the Most High? And meaning to be with the Most High means that, is he following the commandments? Is he teaching the very same youth that he wants to target? Is this brother teaching them, these young princes, that they're kings? Is this brother going to assist in raising them to be kings? And how? Through keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments. Because without that, they're not kings, they're not princes. they are cannon fodder for what's coming when Christ and the angels come back in them chariots. That's the real deal. That's the bottom line to it all. And is that going to happen? And the only thing that I can say is that we will certainly wait and we will certainly see. And once again, to King Kwame, yo, brother, if this brother ever watches this, it is absolutely nothing but love and respect to you and to your family. And for one, congratulations on getting this out into the media and exposing this. If that's indeed, that was your goal. But brother, you have a responsibility. As a king, brother, you have a responsibility. And that is to show our people who they are. Whether you agree with me or not, doesn't matter. It's what the scriptures say. And that message is to every king and prince out there right now. As a matter of fact, to every queen and every princess, you have a responsibility to, number one, live in the laws of the Most High and to teach our people that they are to do it as well. Remember, we're the conductors, and you got to do that. So Kwame Brown falls right in that category. Stephen A. Smith falls right in that category. That's what he's supposed to be doing as well, if he's not Esau. Here's what it is, family. It is what it is. All right, so that's what I have to say in regards to the whole Kwame Brown, Stephen A. Smith, Becky with the good hair and all that situation. That's my take on it. And again, hopefully these brothers can come to a resolution to where they squash all of this nonsense. Both of those brothers put on their crowns and go kick some ass together. Now that's the ultimate resolution to all of this. And hopefully that happens, because never say never. But family, that's what you need to pay attention to. All right? So I will certainly see you guys here soon. And once again, thank you for all that you do and for supporting this platform. And I love y'all so much. And of course, y'all already know y'all can reach me on Instagram, or if you don't have Instagram, you can email me at MikeMalissChannel@gmail.com. And as y'all already know, I indeed will respond back to you guys. All right? And with that being said, Israel, I love you. I'm out.